Hi everyone, welcome to today's interview. I'm Fiona from Blue Tech Wave, and our audience is passionate about technology, especially blockchain and Web3. So we're really looking forward to today's conversation. Joining us is Charu Sethi, Principal Ambassador for Polkadot and President of Unique Network. She is a leading voice in the Web3 space, known for her works on NFTs, decentralized governance, and driving real-world adoption. Hi Charu, it's a great pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you, and thank you for having me over in this discussion. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so let's just dive into it. My first question today is, as the Principal Ambassador of Polkadot, I believe you have a unique perspective on the growth and potential of Polkadot ecosystem. So what are your thoughts on the future of Polkadot and how do you see it shaping the landscape of blockchain technology?
Sure. So Polkadot has made remarkable progress across every core dimension of Web3 over the last few years. And when I say core dimension, I really mean scalability, decentralization, and real-world adoption. So from Polkadot 2.0, which is a lot has changed from the original vision, a lot more efficiencies, and now about the gem. So without diving into the technical terms, essentially the protocol has evolved into a highly performant and a developer friendly and a very efficient platform, which is ready for mass adoption, which has proof points around mass adoption and is essentially becoming a programmable Web3 cloud. So we've seen all of that. We've been a part of that journey. And now we are seeing the strength of Polkadot's decentralized model. So it is the largest functioning DAO on Earth with over almost as of today, if I see over $96 million in treasury across the main chains, the relay chain, the asset hub, parachains, and various ecosystem bounties. It is, as I said, a largest functioning DAO, governed transparently and executed fully on chain. And on the adoption front, the business potential is undeniable. It's proven. And just earlier this week, the Unique Network announced a top mobile gaming publisher, Tap Nations, which does various successful hit games. And globally, they have over 1 billion downloads. They have integrated the blockchain-based rewards system into one of their hit titles called Watercolor Sword. And that has brought in over 650,000 new users into Polkadot in less than 6 months. So what makes this powerful is that users earn these rewards without knowing that it's powered by blockchain or without needing any blockchain knowledge. So that's setting a new standard for the Web 2 to Web 3 transition design. And before that, Polkadot announced the FIFA Rivals game, which is a strategic milestone, one of the largest global sports IP coming into Polkadot in the mainstream fan engagement. So these are just not in technical integrations. These are scalable, repeatable business models that demonstrate Polkadot's readiness to support real consumer adoption. And in terms of the future, I 100% expect these projects to serve as the base accounts, our catalysts that will attract new commercial opportunities in gaming, entertainment, traditional finance, loyalty, and consumer engagement. So I'm quite optimistic about those things.
Thank you. That's really impressive. So I see that Polkadot's evolving such a large, transparent, and fully on-chain ecosystem with real business traction is very powerful now. So I think next we can talk about Unique Network itself. And my question is, as the president of Unique Network, you lead a company that is at the forefront of innovation in blockchain. Could you share the core vision and objectives?
Sure. So I think what sets us apart is our vision. And that vision has been the same, rock solid, since the start of 2020 or 2021, I would say. It was to establish NFTs not as an end product or collectibles, but as a technology primitive, as invisible infrastructure for digital identity, ownership, rights management, and engagement. So that is exactly what we have been building towards, which is now seamlessly embedded into the Tap Nations partnership. which powers real-world applications across gaming, engagement, entertainment, and even artificial intelligence. I would like to just double-click again on Tap Nations because this is a proof point of this vision. Now, the game that is one of the games that is integrated is the Color Water Sort, which has over 130 million global downloads. And through this integration, we launched rewards mode, where users start to collect rewards after they accomplish a certain level in the game. And this integration is all seamless in the background. Users don't need to know if they don't want to know. It built on Unique Networks SDKs and Polkadot's very highly performant infrastructure. And this isn't theoretical, it's live at scale. And the other more important aspect that I would like to highlight is the impact for our partners. And if we looked at a sample of 150,000 players, the ones who engaged with the rewards mode feature, we saw that compared to the non-Web3 users. So this is direct impact for Tap Nations. And there was a 16% increase in retention and session counts. So this shows that blockchain rewards is a mechanism, if done right, can directly improve core business metrics around engagement, monetization, and so on. And this is just the beginning. I mean, this is the first phase. We do expect users to engage more on chain, which is why the next phase will be bringing player profiles. They're doing things that they've not done before, and blockchain makes it very easy to create these new models for them. So these will be achievement-based profiles, VIP passes, and all of this at the back end is NFTs, but you will not see the word NFT or NFT sales anywhere in the game experience. Right. So we are pioneering these similar initiatives for the entire Polkadot ecosystem through our ecosystem-wide alliance, which is the NFT Mosaic initiative, again, established and kickstarted by the amazing team at Unique Network. Every team member, including the co-founder, Alexander Mitrovic, is a very strong team. And NFT Mosaic takes that to the ecosystem level with a bigger, broader participation.
Thank you so much, Charu. I think what you just shared really captures your new way of thinking. Your long-term vision of NFTs as infrastructure rather than just collectibles. That idea has clearly come to life through seamless integrations like the example you gave about Tap Nation. That leads me to another important angle about structure. So how do you balance decentralization and centralization when building a truly global Web3 ecosystem? More specifically, how do you ensure the efficiency and trust across diverse cultural and regulatory environments while still upholding the core principles of decentralization?
Thank you. That's an interesting question. To be honest, no straightforward answer. Balancing decentralization and efficiency in a very global distributed Web3 ecosystem is not straightforward. There is no playbook. And what we are doing in Polkadot, governing real capital, technical roadmaps, developments, ecosystem direction through a transparent on-chain process is unprecedented. And this level of decentralization with critical decision-making power has not been done before. So we are learning in real time. There are trade-offs. Sometimes decentralization brings resilience and community ownership, but at the same time, sometimes it can slow things down and stretch accountability. At the same time, leaning too hard into centralization, even for efficiencies, risks undermining the very principles of what we are trying to do with Web3. So the key is in designing structures that distribute power, I would say, without paralyzing progress. And we are seeing some very interesting models yield good results in open governance. There is a fellowship model, there are regional programs, there is a decentralized voices programs, there are bounties. So there are various mechanisms that are trying to balance decentralization with efficiency and progress. And I think that's something, again, we are all learning from, they are evolving, but they have shown that we are on the right track to build systems that are that can incorporate diverse viewpoints while still giving us a shared sense of purpose and moving forward together.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. So that view highlights both the delicate balance between community-driven resilience and also the need for efficiency. So now it comes to my next question I'm quite interested about. From your vision, what are the key governance structures that ensure effective decision-making in the decentralized autonomous organization, which is DAOS? So if you can talk about this.
Yeah, I think, again, as I said, that Polkadot is the largest DAO in action and we are making very important decisions in this format with open governance, with the support of community participation and so on. And again, there's no perfect blueprint. The community has tried several structures and through open governance, and then we realized that there is a need for expert-led frameworks. That's where the fellowship structures came in. We also realize and understand that while it's decentralization that we're trying to achieve, or we have achieved, but there is still a very important role for leadership. And that's where, again, structures like the decentralized voices and, again, fellowship and treasury funded working groups become very important, because of which the Web3 Foundation launched the Decentralized Futures, where it's funded strategically important initiatives so that they can get started. It's a jump start to drive things in the right directions. And then it's on the community to take it forward. So each of these has shown good promise. It has also exposed some challenges, and it's all a part of the learning process. So we've also learned that while the main aim is transparency, sometimes transparency by default does not equal clarity, right? And so there has to be effort made in establishing clarity and understanding across the ecosystem. So, but I think the strength of this ecosystem is in its openness to evolve. We are all very open to receiving feedback and then making changes. And I think that keeps us moving forward, and especially when there is a need to move forward at a very fast pace, given everything else that's happening in the industry around the adoption of stablecoins by retailers. And that's, to me, a very exciting phase. And I think we are in the right spot, given everything in Polkadot ecosystem.
That is so true. So I think I would like to ask about a topic that increasingly important in the Web3 space, which is stablecoins, as you just mentioned too. As a leader with deep experience in crypto and blockchain, how do you view the role and the significance of stablecoins in the Web3 ecosystem? There's a growing belief that stablecoins are key to driving large-scale adoption and development in Web3. Do you agree with this view, and what are your reasons?
Yes, 100%. A lot of work has to be done for that. The industry is evolving very quickly, and we see a near future where retailers won't just accept stablecoins as a mode of payment, but there will be ecosystems built around it. So what's happening is that the reason to adopt stablecoins is the biggest compelling reason for retailers to do that was efficiencies and cost savings, because they land up spending 3 to 4% in bank fee, in payment providers fee, and so on. And with stablecoins, they can save a lot of money and generate profits based on that. Now, while that's the biggest compelling reason to act, but with this shift comes a new consumer behavior wave, I would say, which is driven by stablecoin-based wallets. So what I think is that to adopt the usage of stable coins, bigger merchants like or retailers will launch loyalty programs, incentives, and rewards in these wallets, tightly coupled to customer identity and engagement layer. And this requires reimagining of CRM and loyalty, not as backend systems, but as kind of dynamic wallet-bound identity profiles that carry privileges, reputation, history, and incentives. So it creates this new way of engaging with the consumers. And it's not just about enabling a new form of payment. It's about rethinking how you engage with your consumers. It is a programmable financial layer, which will be combined with various consumer engagement metrics. At Unique Network, we are already seeing this play out in gaming. And as I mentioned, that people who engaged with the rewards mode delivered 89% more revenue for the company. So, which really means that while stablecoins is not yet integrated into the Tap Nations game, but when you see these pieces coming together, I guess that it's the Web3 engagement layers, identity layers have a lot of value to be added to this new form of payment through stablecoins. So, and I see all of these different components that the Web3 industry and companies like us and ecosystems like Polkadot have been busy building and delivering on for years now, is now nicely coming together. All the jigsaw puzzle pieces are nicely coming together, and I'm very optimistic about it. So yes, stablecoins, I see that as a kickstart into something that will create huge ripple effects.
That's really a powerful perspective. I completely agree. Stablecoins are not just only bringing cost advantages for merchants, but as you said, they are also unlocking entirely models of customer engagement. I can definitely see how they will transform CRM and loyalty into something much more dynamic and decentralized. Thank you so much, Charu, for sharing your invaluable insights today. It's been a pleasure discussing your work at Polkadot and Unique Network, and I'm excited to see how these initiatives will continue to shape the future of Web3. Thanks again for your time, and we look forward to following your continued success in the blockchain areas.